Good morning, everyone. Welcome back. Hopefully you all had a wonderful first day with distance learning. I know that there were quite a few tech difficulties yesterday, but hopefully we've got all that situated and figured out. And just in case, I do have this video on our Google Classroom. And so you've probably noticed that you can get into our advisory through Google Classroom. And so anytime that we meet and we're scheduled to be together, you can go into Google Classroom to access that link and get into our meeting. So first thing we're going to be doing today is going over a few things you learned about last year, but this is our advisory welcome back lesson. So first thing we're going to talk about today is going to be advisory and distance learning. So advisory is going to look quite different this year because of distance learning. The purpose, however, will remain the same. So what that means is you're still going to be having lessons, the kinds of things that don't quite fit into the classes that you take, a math, a science, but certainly really important for you as an individual and for your growth and for your social, emotional health as well. So we want students to feel connected to campus and have a safe space during the school day. So that's why you're with me. All right, so just for fun, on a scale of cat, how are you feeling today? So this would be the time that you can actually pause this video and take a look at all the cats. And once you decide what cat matches how you're feeling, please post that in the chat box in Microsoft Teams. So that is a requirement for you to do. Make sure that you put a number that corresponds with the cat that is how you're feeling today. So you can pause if you'd like. There's some pretty funny pictures here. I'd say that I'm probably going to go with number 5. So tell me what number you are. All right, as far as advisory expectations are concerned, this is what you are going to be expected to do this year. So you're going to be having advisory discussion. We're going to have a lot of discussions. It is important that this is a safe space for all classmates to share opinions, ideas, feelings. Please take 1 minute to think about some of the norms that we should adhere to in our advisory classroom. We'll record our final decisions and they're going to become our new classroom norms. So I know that last year we created these and they're still in the class, but obviously with distance learning, they're going to look a bit different. So everyone will be required to at least add 1 norm to our list. And so I know that I'm going to get a lot of them that look very similar. And so they'll all get incorporated into maybe 1 norm that's going to make the list. But please, everyone, I'd like for each student to post at least 1 norm. And that assignment is going to be posted in Google Classroom. So don't forget to do that today. So the 3 purposes of advisory are as follows. The first one is creating positive and caring relationships among staff and students, which promote an emotionally safe environment for all students. So really important that you are very respectful to your peers, respectful to your teacher as well, and respectful to you. So obviously, you know how you want to be treated. Make sure that you're treating others the same way. How are we going to accomplish this? We'll be doing icebreakers, team building. We'll be doing games, building relationships between myself and all of you. And so that's what we'll be expecting. Hopefully, we'll be doing a lot of fun stuff, not the kinds of things that give you anxiety and make you nervous, and you're not going to be worried about your work. It's going to be more of a bonding experience. So purpose 2 is to build a support system to promote high levels of learning for all students. How do we accomplish this? Well, I, as the advisor, will do the same thing that I did last year, making sure that I'm checking in on your progress when it comes to grades. If there is any opportunity that you might be able to get to do retakes, I'll bring that to your attention, and I'll really try to support you in that way. We're also going to be supporting and providing advice when students might be struggling. We can also help determine where you can best spend your flex time. So if there is a course that you could maybe receive some extra intervention or some extra support or review in, then we can try to encourage you and maybe keep a lookout for that as well. Purpose number 3 is school-wide exposure to relevant and important issues. So this might include college and career readiness, as well as social and emotional growth. So you all have experience with what we have been doing all of last year. So we're just going to see more or less lessons that are geared toward your specific class. So now that you're sophomores, you'll see a few new things, a few new lessons. So how are we going to accomplish this? We'll have different activities we're going to be doing, explorations, discussions. We'll have a few assignments that I'll be posting up. And so do keep in mind that you are required to go to flex time. We are keeping track of attendance. And so when you are scheduled to be here, it's as if you're going to school. And so between those time frames that class is being held, that's when you're expected to be in the Teams meeting and immersed in Google Classroom if there are assignments there. And so the assignments that you are required to do will be relevant to your grade level as well. So for grading in advisory, you probably noticed this on your transcript for last year, and it's going to look the same this year as well. You're going to earn either a pass or a fail, and the only way that you're going to fail is if you just aren't engaging and you're not showing up to class and you're not doing your assignments. So as long as you're turning everything in and you're trying to engage and you're participating, then you're going to be good to go. So pass in advisory means completing everything. I can't reiterate that enough. And everything that you're going to be turning in, you can turn in through Google Classroom. All right, so classroom expectations, pretty straightforward. Please be respectful. I know I mentioned this before, but treat your peers the way that you want to be treated. Be kind, say please, say thank you. That was one of the norms that I used as an example. You can also come up with your own. Be prepared to succeed. So when you come, please don't be multitasking and be disengaged, trying to watch TV in the background or listening to music. You're going to miss a lot. So, when you're here for such a short time, make sure that you are present. And also be ready to participate. There are going to be times where I do expect the class to engage in discussion. And so be prepared for that. Don't have me calling your name 6 times because you're not paying attention to what it is that we're doing in advisory. Some other expectations of what advisory is and what advisory is not. So advisory is time for teachers to connect with students. It's time for teachers to check in on advisory students' academic progress, and it's also time to discuss important issues with students. What it's not free time, it's not a study hall or a recess, it's not necessarily time for you to socialize individually. I mean, obviously we're going to be socializing as a class, but it's not a time for you to be doing that with your own side meetings. And then also it's not phone time. So really, I know that we're distanced, and so I can't necessarily keep track of whether you're on your phone or not. But just as a rule of thumb, hopefully you all felt like it was freeing, liberating to not have to worry about your phone, at least during academic time. So even when you had to put those phones in the slots, I hope that you realized how healthy it is to let go of your phone for a while. Study hall. I know I mentioned this already, but it's not a time to get your work done. You should be engaged in the lesson. So we have asynchronous learning that's happening toward the end of the day. And so you have time to do your studying and your homework. So this year we're going to have new advisory senators. We had 3 last year that were wonderful. We're going to have new ones this year. So anyone can apply. Even if you did it last year, you can do it this year as well. What you're going to be expected to do is meet 1 to 2 times a month during flex time. You can help your advisors with all advisory activities. You might have to present a few of those, and also being responsible and willing to take on leadership roles. If you're interested, please complete the senator application. It's going to be linked on the advisory page of the website, and you got to do it by Friday, August 21st. So you have some time, but I know that there are quite a few questions there, and you want to make sure that you're giving yourself enough time to be able to answer those in a way that, would actually get you the position. So, all right, so for Vista Flex Time, that is carrying over to distance learning. However, it's not required this year. So if you don't have to do review, or you're not red checked, or, you're not trying to, let's say, make up exams, or touch base with your teacher and you're just studying, then you can do that on your own time and you don't actually have to sign into a flex time. So flex time does provide students with lots of opportunities, not only support, but also with enrichment, clubs, different opportunities. So look out for all the different things that your teachers might be providing to you during this time. It's also your chance to get help and support. So again, if you missed a test or if you didn't do so hot, teachers are always willing, almost all teachers are willing to give you second opportunities, to take advantage of those opportunities. Sometimes it's just a matter of touching base with your teachers, emailing them, letting them know that you want to come into that flex time, or just signing up for that flex time. And of course, if you're red checked, you have to go. So keep in mind that you should be checking your schedule just to make sure that you are, in fact, not in a flex time, because you might be in a flex time that you don't know about if you're red checked. All right, so typical weekly schedule. Bell schedule is going to be on the Vista Del Lago website. But Monday, there's no advisory or flex time. It's an early day, so you don't have classes that are very long. Tuesdays, you will have flex time. Wednesdays are flex time. Thursdays are flex time. And Fridays when you have advisory. So we'll have advisory both tomorrow as well as Friday this week. Well, tomorrow is today because that's Thursday and Friday. So my apologies. I'm recording this obviously the day before. So Thursday and Friday this week, you'll have advisory. Signing up for flex time, there's a link that's going to be on Vista Del Lago's website. So you'll go there and then you'll get into the Flexi Schedule. You did this last year, so it's going to look very similar, and that's how you can sign up. Again, you're not required to sign up, but if you're red checked, you want to be aware of it and you want to go into that flex time with your teachers so you can get the support you need. First flex time day is going to be Tuesday, August 18th, and signups are going to open on Friday, August 14th. So if you're worried about those filling up, you want to do it as early as possible. All right, we're almost done with our video. I just wanted to get us into Google Classroom really quick because this is the first time that you're seeing this. Good picture from homecoming last year. But we've got a few assignments. So as I mentioned, you should have these done by the end of today. So you can do it during your asynchronous learning, or you can do it after we're done with this video. And maybe I've done some last minute comments. But we've got the assignment on norms. So everybody should be posting a norm. And then I also have a Flipgrid here. So I'm really, really missing your faces. I would like to see everybody. All you're expected to do is post a 30-second to 1-minute video. And that should include, something in your home, some symbol of what your experience has been like in the last few months since leaving school in March. So what has your pandemic experience been like? So one item in your house, and then explain that in your video. And I'm just really looking forward to seeing all of you. And I'm also very excited for the new year. So I will see you Friday, which happens to be tomorrow when you watch this video, which happens to be in 2 days from when I'm recording the video. So anyway, so excited to be with you, and I will see you again soon. Bye-bye.